Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever everybody's at it and everything else. Hope everybody's having a good day. Alright, so let's go ahead and roll the intro. Thanks to my happy birthday done last night and everything else that, um, Zidian, I had the birthday stream Diddy is now on that Patreon page, which you see there. So if you like what I'm doing, if you want to see more of what I'm doing, and you want to support me, please go to that link. I put all my Star Trek Online and Star Wars The Old Republic work there at that link, just everything else. So let's go ahead. Oh, hi. Yeah, someone just Diane name. Alright, so let's go to the web page. Let's go. I want to make sure this thing looks okay. That ain't too bad. It ain't too bad. Alright, so let's go to the web page. Alright, so this is the news thingy. We have actually got some very interesting news. Now this actually came out the other day. People who are subscribed to the game, apparently, now, one thing about it is every year about Christmas time, you have the chance of getting a new companion that can run with you and do things with you, just everything else. So we have the new companion, that's going to be coming out, just everything else and all. Oh, I did you line. Hello, chat room thingy. Hi. Yeah, now it's working. Um, yeah, now it's working. Um, as I was saying, I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now I can see both the chat room and the stream. Alright, so as I was saying, so people who been playing the game, every year you get a companion, this and everything else. So this year we're actually getting this guy. Now you actually need this guy when you're doing the Fallen Empire. You need this guy, you talk to him, and this and everything else and all. If you're playing your mercenary, I believe there's a little bit more of the story there on a mercenary, because he's technically a hired gun, bounty hunter, mercenary slash hired gun type, this and everything else, I believe. This and everything else and all. But if you are subscribed to that alongside, you must be a premium player started by Friday, Sunday 13th, 2018 at 11:50 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to Saturday the 15th. So you basically have to basically sign in like on the 13th, kind of. And if you know, and like I tell people, you don't have to. Now, me, I don't mind. I do it because I enjoy it. So I keep my subscription going, which is 13.99, which comes out to be about $15 each month. This everything else. So to me, it's not much. It's something that I'm willing to do. This everything else. Um, that there are other people who are tight on money, this and everything else. No, just do the 30-day thing. You basically pay, I think it's like $9, I want to say, for 30 days, I believe it is. And then after the 30 days is over, you know, you'll go back to your the third status. Now, that's what most people do. You know, they keep their thing at the third status, only come back and play the game when they want to play the game, when there's a certain thing or certain storyline that they're interested in. That is when they will come back, pay at least it's $9. It's the 30 days, I believe. I'll have to look it up. So you pay the $9, you get the 30-day thing, you go from the third status to premium player, and everything from the last time you subscribed to now basically becomes unlocked. It's now available on your account, um, and you can pretty much play. Um, After that, you can let your thing go back to the third status, but everything, the Naked storyline, the Redden storyline, the Internal Throne storyline, all of that automatically gets unlocked, and you can actually go back and play all those missions, everything else and all. But as I was saying, this guy, if you want this guy on your account, you have to be subscribed by Friday, between Friday the 13th and Saturday the 15th. This guy will then show up on your account. He can run around with you and help you. More than likely, he's probably like a mercenary command or a mercenary bounty hunter, because you need him during the Fallen Empire, so you can encounter him and learn more about him on the planet Osa after completing Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion. If you like to begin traveling immediately, now this is if you're starting, like let's say you make a new mercenary or a new bounty hunter, and you want to pick them up immediately. The one good thing about it that it once you become a subscriber, you'll get a hail button where when you make a new character, you can actually activate it, and he'll come to you immediately and start running beside you at level 1 and throw heals, help you do the fights, help you do things, just everything else and all. So for the role players that want to run around as a bounty hunter and have these the different bounty hunters running with you, because he's technically a hired gun, he would run with you and help you do the fights and everything else. So, like I said, you need this guy during the Knights of the Fallen Empire storyline, just everything else. When you get to the planet Osis for the first time, that's when you need this guy. But you got to be subscribed by the 13th to the 15th. And then you see here it says he will be delivered Thursday the 20th, and then no later than the 21st. Now here's another interesting thing. Notice the timeline. December 20th. Well, we just got a thing this morning. Well, let me do this real quick. So, I do this at the beginning of every month. Right now, we got the Relics of the Greed event going on right now. So, let me do a shake here and there. Um, we've got the Relics of the Greed event going on right now. So if you're interested in picking up the Relics of the Greed event and all of that stuff, that is going on. But you gotta be a little thirsty to do that one. And then during December 11th, you'll have Bounty Hunter contract week. So do you like to run around and collect bounties and hunt them down and put them in carbonite chambers and this and everything else? December 11th, Bounty Hunter contract will be back, and you'll be able to run around and do your thing, just everything else. But for the ones who are interested, as you know, next Tuesday in Star Trek Online, the winter event will be starting next Tuesday. Well, the winter event for Star Wars The Old Republic will be starting December 11th and run from December 11th to January 15th. So, if you're interested in, throwing snowballs at people and having fun, just everything else, the winter event will be starting December 11th, just everything else. And then as you can see, it kind of goes all the way up to like basically the end of the year, just everything else, where the Ragu will be back on January. After or during the winter event, while it's going on, you'll be able to do the bounty hunter contract and everything else. And that new guy, the guy that if you're a subscribed player, you've got subscription going, you'll be able to pick up that guy and then do the extra looses, the extra stuff, because you'll notice running around with him, just everything else, you'll get double XP, just everything else, which is cool as hell, because as you can see, the timing. December 11th, the winter event will start, just everything else. And then, big surprise, the new story will actually be coming out. So, we'll be able to do the new stuff, the new Jedi thingy / Sith Wars thingy. So let's go ahead and go to there. So, as you can see, this is a little kind of like the deleted log thingy, this and everything else, where you can kind of read about it. But as you're reading, guess what? You have to choose your side. Do you want to go on the Republic side and defend the Republic, deal to the Republic, and all of that? Or do you want to go with the Emperor and or the interest, this and everything else, and side with the Emperor and the Empire, this and everything else? So you have to choose which side you want. Um, Now they did say in here, let me find that. Mm-hmm. See, there it is right there, that. There it is. So, right there, the news story, this is novel, the coming out December 11th, this and everything else. And this is the new, where we're actually going back to the old school. We're literally going back to, the Empire is fighting through itself, the Republic is fighting through itself. The Empire is expanding, the Republic is trying to save itself while expanding. But there is a certain planet that's going to come into effect. Now, I like how this going to keep saying test server. No, as of Tuesday, I want to say, the test server to that is now done. It's now done. It's over. Everybody's done their testing. Everybody's done their running around. Um, Me and Kid Lead, supposedly there's like 3 datacrons, 4 datacrons. Me and Kid Lead like down 2 of them. The others we could not find. We think that they're on purposely, did not turn them on because they want to save them until, the game goes live. But me and Kid Lee, we found 2 of them and had a good fun running around on the new planet, checking out the new planet. Um, got December 11th, the new Jedi Under Siege story will be going live. And then if you kind of notice the timeline, December 20th, after the thing goes live, you'll get an XP boost. So if you've got any low level characters, yeah, this is your time to basically level up, push through. But if they do like they usually do, um, see, I thought I read in here that they was adding. Hmm. Because what they done was in the past, they gave a token. Now you can only use it on like one character, basically. So you use it on one character, and you would literally get a speed boost jump. Where let's say you're doing the McCad story, you're doing the Redden story, you're doing the Fallen Empire story. Here's how it works. You would use it. Say you're on a like the Empire, like my Sith Warrior, this and everything else. Now the one reason I'm bringing it up is because in this one, I'm gonna go to companions. There she is. Um, this one, the Jedi Under Sage story, she comes back and you've converted her to the dark side. She is actually coming back in this story, that's everything else, but you have to convert her to the dark side and show her the value of the dark side. She will actually come back and run beside you and be at your side again. This tune, he's on the rotter. He has technically married her and they're running together and this and everything else and all. But she comes back on December 11th if you got her converted to the dark side. But here's the other thing. If you want to use the token to get a speed boost and get a little up to where, like this guy, he's doing the, profit and plunders right now. That's the stories he's in. You'd use the token, and the idea is that when you use that token, All your choices, because you're on the Empire, will naturally become dark side choices and automatically speed you where, all of you in the cat story will be completed, all your Resident story will be completed, the Fallen Empire, the Eternal Throne, all of that will automatically show it's completed, but all choices through all of those stories will naturally become dark sided because you're on the Empire. Same thing to the Republic. If you are the Republic tune, that you're leveling up and you're trying to, get through the story, and you decide to use the token, all those choices will become light-sided that you'll have in the cab, Resin, Eternal Throne, all of them will automatically be completed, that all choices will be considered light-sided. Now here's where the catch is. I actually have on the Republic, I have the Truther. I have two of them. One is a light side Truther, following the story as is. But then I have the dark side of Truther, where he's a Truther, but he's choosing all of the dark choices. I have on the Republic side, I actually have a Nero unit, a Nero class of this guy. Um, as you see, this is not pure blood, this and everything else and all. But on the Republic side, I have a Sentinel, which is the nearer class to this guy, and he's also a pure Sith blood. But in that one, he's not choosing light side choices. He's choosing all dark side choices. Even though he's a Jedi Sentinel, which is the nearer to the Sith Marauder class, he's choosing all dark side choices. Same thing on this side. I have a Twi'lek that's a Sith warrior who's choosing all light side choices to everything else. But he's a Sith warrior. But then on the Republic side, I have a Jedi Knight who's also a Twi'lek. But he, of course, he's following the traditional, choosing all light side choices. The only difference is on that one. Zet's not on that one. Zet is only on the Sith warrior side. So that's why he, the Twi'lek Sith warrior, is choosing light side choices because Zet leans a lot to the light side. So, and like I said, when you get this, if they do it like they did last time, I doubt it's in here. Like I said, you'll get a token. I have to get where you look it up. Um, Account unlocks? I'm guessing. Uh, yeah, there it is right there. Now, this is the old one. Consume this item will grant you a token grant them level 60 to 65 to additional character in accidental authority. This token does not grant access to any extension that the player does not already have access to. So, as I said, you was able to use this token and when you were starting the Fallen Empire story, this and everything else. You got this one free of charge to one character, where you was able to use it to make either a brand new character at like level 1. You use the token, he would literally jump from 1, clear to 65 immediately. Everything. So if he was on the Republic side, all of those choices would become light-sided. But he would have, the Naked story, the Redden story, all the other stories automatically completed, shown completed. All choices was considered light side choice picked, and he would be at the start of the Fallen Empire story, and then you'd kind of go through. Then they brought it back out again when the Eternal Throne came out, and the one character, you can use it the one character free of charge to basically get that character. So let's say you're in the middle of the Fallen Empire story, and you've already seen it because, like I said, once you do it on one character, they're all the same story. Sadly, when the Resin came out, all the way through the game, each one, the Bounty Hunter had its own story, the Terry Legion had its own, they all had their own story. So when they brought out the Resin story, where you got to see Resin and follow Resin and see what Resin was about, They kind of put them all together where everybody had the same story, no matter what class you was. So the Return of Revan, the Naked, not Naked, oh, the place where you go into the water. Oh, that one. The Yevon Thor and all of those. When Revan came out, they basically put all the stories together, where no matter what class you was, it was literally the same story, no matter what. But with this one here, if you'd already seen it on, say, your Sith Warrior, you'd already done the whole Sith Warrior, you don't want to see it again. You got this token free of charge to the internal throne that you can use. That way, that one character will get a speed boost. Everything will get completed. Either again, if it's on the Republic, all choices will be light. If it's Empire, all choices will be considered dark choice picked. And you would have the whole, Fallen Empire completed, and you'd be at the beginning of the internal throne. I'm believing they'll probably do this again when the new story comes out, where they'll give you one free token. After that, as you can see here, you can keep coming by, and it's 2,000 cartel coins. But then once you unlock it, like I said, when you buy this one, that character you can put on, you can actually put it on a brand new character at level 1, create it, buy the token, use the token on the brand new level 1 character, and boom, from 1 to 65, everything Republic considered light side picked and completed at the start of the new story. Same thing to the Empire, created Empire tune, buy the token, use the token, everything on the entire, well, the dark side choice will be considered picked, and boom, you the at the start of the Jedi story, the Jedi Sage story, this and everything else. So, more than likely they're going to do something like that because they've been doing this. That's what I'm trying to say. They've been doing this. You get one free token to use on one character. All the others, as you can see, the 2,000. Now, we might get fingers crossed if they do like they did last time, or for a limited time, for about a week or so, it'd go on sale. So instead of paying 2,000, you might pay like 1,000 maybe. I'm not sure, but I do know that a couple of times, um, it did go on sale. So it wasn't the full 2,000. It was, I want to say like 1,100, 1,000, like 13, 1,300. It actually went on sale for about a week or so, and then when the week expired, it was back to full price. Um, so that's that. Um, but now, like I said, this is the story coming on December 11th. This is pretty much everything. So get up to speed of State of the Star Wars Old Republic, Galaxy, and Sith Warrior Lana, the latest intelligence report. Find out more about the upcoming Jedi Sage. So, as you can see, when you click on this and you have to choose what side you want. Now, I'm actually on my one, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the dark side. I believe when you click on it, because I've not done it yet, I just read it. In fact, let's go ahead, let's see what happens. Oh, I see what it does. Okay, I see what it does. So if you pick the Republic side, it jumps up here. But if you pick the Empire side, it jumps down there. I see what it does. So you got the Jedi Order that tells you what's going on with the Jedi, just everything else. If you pick the Empire side, as you can see right here, yeah, because I know when the game starts now, they had it where you can run around on the planet and play and look at the thing, but the story itself was not turned on, so he couldn't test the story. It was only like the little dailies was acted. You can run around and do the dailies. If you chose the dark side and you kind of did your thing, just everything else and all. Yeah, you was able to get to see her, this, everything else. And you know, on the Republic side, Doc actually comes back, and you meet Doc there. So you're, I believe it's a Jedi Knight story. On the Jedi Knight, if you had the Doc actor, this, everything else, and you ran around with Doc, you would actually get to meet him here, because he actually comes back on the Jedi Knight side. But on the dark side, she comes back. Again, you have to have the converter to the dark side. Light side, Jessa, is not coming back. We don't know where she is. Dark side is definitely coming back, and you get to meet her on this new planet. So, I am kind of like pushing this guy through, trying to get him through. Um, so like I said, later on, I will actually put this into the link when I get done editing. Um, So we're actually going to be kind of moving there. As you can see, there's a functioning Jedi Council. It's hidden, blah, blah, blah. Inside, entire, although the entire suffered heavy losses against the war against Azul. Dark Arkansas Tully's rulership allowed her to direct her government toward more efficiently. Um, And I like it. If you choose the dark side, yeah, you know what happened to her. If you choose the Republic side, and there's a certain individual on the trooper side you get to meet, just everything else, you know what happens there when you meet them, just everything else. Um, but as you can see, before her death, she considered consolidated the Dark Council and the Third Seat, loosening the infighting and streamlining decision. The Emperor of Daron had made no news since the altered changes. Um, but now, like I said, this is going to be very interesting because I'm actually looking forward to this. Like I said, we're actually going back to the old style. So if you got into the game because you was altered the entire Altar of the Republic, um, yeah, the Internal Throne and the Fallen Empire, um, that was kind of the departure where we kind of, became allies and kind of got a little bit weird like. But at the same time, you got to give credit to BioWare. They're trying to, get the story going, keep the story going, and keep the game interesting. Because we're coming up on 9 years, 10 years, the game's been going. And it uses the Hero engine, which I think is more optimized and better suited versus um, the Star Trek's online game engine that seems to be having bug and lag issues when people taught science abilities. The Hero engine in this game seems to be more stable and more optimized and doing much better. So, um, that's about it. I really don't got anything else to say. Usually at the beginning of each month, I kind of give a shout out of what the game event, just everything else. But like I said, we've got a lot going on. A lot going on this winter. So I'm gonna be busy between Star Trek Online and this game. I'm gonna be very very busy. But to the training players, if you're subscribed by Friday the 13th to Saturday the 15th, you'll get this guy as a companion. He'll actually run around with you, help you. You'll get this guy as a companion, and that's one reason why I love Star Wars. You do the story on one character. Everything gets unlocked on that character. It goes to legacy ability, and then you get like legacy gear, accolades, all of that will show up on all your other characters. Um, throughout the year, if you're a subscriber, you'll get these little free traits, free reward, free things that are actually fun to use in games, such as this guy. He's a companion that'll help you run around and help you do missions. So, yeah, I am definitely looking forward to this and everything else. Um, I don't know what else to say. Just, yeah, it's been posted. December 11th, new Jedi Under Siege is coming out. I will put this in, so if you want to do a follow-up read-up Definitely read it because it will give you the background as to what happened. The Empire is still building. The Republic is still building. But they found a new, or not a new planet, but a planet that's been well known. That has a Jedi library, this and everything else, and we're all racing to this planet to see, all the library and all the stuff, all of the stuff here, this and everything else. So we're all definitely running there to check it out, this and everything else. Again, me and Kid Lee, we actually ran around. Um, we was able to find two holocrons. The other two, I think there's four in total. There's 93. But we found two of them. The others we could not find. But me and Kid Lee, we think they just had it turned off. That's why we couldn't find it. You were just turned off and just couldn't seem to find them. Um, but the planet itself, the dailies and everything else, was a lot of fun. So I actually had fun. Kid Lee had fun. Um, I missed his stream because he was doing his own stream. I was doing my own stream while we was running around and this and everything else and all. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because, like I said, December 11th it starts. So you then waiting for new stuff and Star Wars: The Old Republic. Yep, December 11th, and I will see you all out there in the galaxy. Um, hi, Dog Gainer. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Dog Gainer. Yeah. Otherwise, like I said, I am Jenny Jr., leader and owner of the SAS here in this game. I do have the guild in this game, this and everything else and all. Just like I had over in Star Trek, so definitely look me up, this and everything else and all, and I'll be glad to help you learn this game and figure out this game. Alright, so I don't know what else to say, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Ending soon. Now this one I got an idea. Republic, throw your Republic players, may the authority with you and throw the Republic. You Empire players, may the Empire be strong and may the authority with you. You bounty hunters and smugglers, make sure the credit's good, make sure the milk and cookies good, and don't get caught when the entire North Republic comes looking for you. Otherwise, December 11th, the new stuff comes out. The Christmas event starts also. Just to know, and I'll see you all shortly now. Bye.